Hello everyone, glad that you could join me for a part of your day to look at this amazing LEGO set. This is set number 75299 Trouble on Tatooine, with 276 pieces, and retails for $29.99 in stores. As you can see, this set is based off a scene from Episode 1, Chapter 9, The Marshal, from the hit TV series The Mandalorian. I won't go into too much detail on the whole episode and leave you guys to go and watch it if you have not already, but it was a great start to the second season. The first minifigure we'll take a look at is the Mandalorian, or Din Djarin. This is the first version of the Mandalorian to come with full Beskar armor, and from what I know, his helmet is actually lighter than the previous variants. Looking closer at the minifigure, we can see the immense amount of detail included in his print. I'm quite happy to have him as an addition to my collection. The detail of his chest plate is very nice, and the effect of the Beskar of the chest plate is quite convincing, as it's extremely reflective, so it catches the light pretty well and makes it look like metal. The ruffles of cloth for his cape above his armor chest plating is also a nice detail on the torso. Along with the sash and belt he wears, it creates a nice full torso design. On his back, he has a back plate of Beskar, and also the belt and the strap continue, making for an overall cohesive design on the torso. Moving on to the legs printing, it continues the reflective printing of the Beskar armor and has lines signifying bends in the fabric. I would say, though, one of the best parts of the printing of this figure is the fact that they printed on the hips. When LEGO does this, it makes a nice connection between the torso and the legs, and in my opinion, just looks really nice overall. The other amazing part of this figure is the arm printing, something that LEGO usually withholds for more expensive sets, making arm printing exclusive in a way. However, they decided to be nice and include it in this $30 set. My assumption on why they're able to do that is because it's The Mandalorian, something that is very popular right now and is guaranteed to sell tons. The right arm shows the Mudhorn signet, which is a very cool detail, and his left arm shows his whistling birds, the darts that fly out of his gauntlet in the TV show. The helmet on this character is also really well done. At first, I wasn't quite sure about the lighter silver as compared to the older helmets, but it does match the armor well, and I think it makes the figure pop, so I believe it was a good decision on LEGO's part. Taking a peek under the helmet, you can see that it's just a black head, reminiscent of what LEGO used to do with their stormtroopers. I understand this decision because this is the way, except I do also think they could have printed his face since we did see it at the end of Mandalorian Season 1. Maybe they'll print it sometime in the future. The last thing on this figure is his cape, which is a darker gray and adds a nice touch to the figure. One thing about the cape, though, that is annoying is the material changed back to the more stiff kind that can crease, which why they would do this is beyond me. That's all for this figure, though, and I would say overall it is one of the best LEGO minifigures and will be one of my most beloved in my collection. The second major minifigure in this set is the child himself, Grogu, also known as Baby Yoda. I think they did a fantastic job on this minifigure. The small detail that they're able to print is quite impressive, with the print of his fuzzy-collared, almost burlap sack kind of outfit on his chest. His head sculpt, which is detachable, is really well done. It is a soft plastic, but still sturdy, and it captures his features well. Looking overall at this figure, for right now it is great, but I hope that LEGO finds a way to make him look even more like what we saw in the LEGO Holiday Special, because comparing that version to this, that one is 10 times better and cuter. Overall, this is a great way to get LEGO Grogu in a less expensive way, and I believe he's a minifigure that a lot of LEGO fans will want to pick up at some point. Finally, the Tusken Raider, also known as the Sand Person, is the last minifigure in this set. He is a repeat minifigure from the set Obi-Wan's Hut, set number 75270, which a review for that will be posted on my channel soon. His head mold is really good, and the accurate printing on it also makes the headpiece of this figure an outstanding quality. The printing on the torso and the legs is also very well done. Here again we see hip printing just like on the Mandalorian figure, which makes me very excited because I hope it is here to stay with minifigures in the future. I hope that at some time soon in the future we'll see hip printing on the LEGO Stormtrooper once again. LEGO, if you're listening, please, I would like to see that. The cool thing they do with the printing on this minifigure is use lighter lines to demonstrate the folds in the fabric, and the black lines to denote the contour of the edge of the fabric. This helps highlight and pull the edges of the fabric closer in the printing, and push the folds of the fabric back in space, adding depth and communicating better the shape of the Tusken Raider's outfit. The Tusken Raider, combined with the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda, provide a quality minifigure selection for a set that is just $30. Taking a closer look at the set, first we'll look at the main hut, or yurt-ya. What I want to start off with saying is that this part of the set is nowhere to be found in the episode of The Mandalorian that this set is based on. However, I believe it's meant to represent the tents that the Tusken Raiders live in, seen in Episode 2 Attack of the Clones. In that, I think it does a nice job at creating a fun area to sit your figures to have negotiation scenes or create a scene of a Tusken Raider home. It allows for a lot of imaginative play and works as a good addition to any Sand Planet diorama. The fire is a nice touch, along with the bone in the pot and the plate back by the seating. Another nice feature of this hut is that the walls are able to move, allowing easier access to the interior and allowing you to shape the tent how you want it to look. It also helps to place the minifigures in the back of the interior. You can also see at the top of the tent that there is this brown piece. From looking at pictures of the Tusken Raider tents in the movies, I realized this brown piece is supposed to represent the tops of sticks poking out of the top of the tent, and these sticks were used to form the edges of the tent. In my opinion, this build is a fun add-on to what I believe is the main focus of this set, the minifigures. It creates a nice area for you to seat the minifigures of this set, and also for children to have imaginative play with the minifigures that is not necessarily seen in the episode that this set is based on. As compared to the build of the yurt-ya, the speeder in this set is really nice to get and actually adds quite nicely to the value of the set with the minifigures, as it is currently the only way to get the speeder, which the Mandalorian is seen using for quite a bit of the TV series. I also have not tried this out, but I am wondering if it could possibly fit in the bottom open area of the Razor Crest set number 75292. I will be doing a review of that set in the coming month, so keep an eye out for that, and I can test if this speeder will fit in the bottom of it. Some of the first things I think when I look at the speeder bike is, I like how they got the shape of it pretty well. I love the little satchel that carries Baby Yoda, and I really like the burnt orange pieces that only appear in a few spots because it creates a nice contrast to the rest of the pieces in this build. The only negative thing I see is just how clunky this build really looks and feels, especially when compared to what the speeder looks like in the TV show. This is quite the clunky model. But, as I said, I think the overall shape of it and the little elements like the carrier for Baby Yoda, clips for Mando's guns, and burnt orange petals all redeem this build. Overall, my opinion is that this is a good build. However, I would like to see it redone in the future if they ever get the chance to incorporate it into another set, which feels unlikely to me, but you never know. Finally, the last build in this set is the Tusken Ballista. It's this arrow shooting device that is actually also seen in the episode. I actually quite like this build. It resembles the device seen in the show effectively. The form of it's great, and it includes little details like the grill pieces representing the rope holding the wood beams together. The only part of this build that I think could be improved upon is there could have been maybe a tile piece over the top of the pushfire missile mechanism. However, you can easily mod that yourself at home too. All in all, I don't have much to say about this build other than it is excellent, and even though I'm not a fan of these sorts of side builds, it does add great play value for kids and honestly would look great for battle scenes for people who are displaying these sets. Overall, I would say this set is well worth the $30 price tag, and I would suggest getting it sometime before it goes off shelves because the valuable characters in it could lead the set to increasing in price on the aftermarket. Finally, I would like to say thank you to all of you for watching my video all the way through, as it is my first YouTube video. I promise that the quality of the videos will be increasing over time as I am constantly learning. I thank you for watching this video, and I hope that you stick around to watch my future ones.